viewers tuned in. It's your host, Coco, giving you another episode of Let's Be Real TV to keep you in the know. Today, we are honoring our 2018 graduating seniors here at Winston-Salem State University to give you an episode of much-needed advice, experiences, and stories for anyone who is about to experience college for the first time ever. I am proud to welcome our guest. And our first guest is...
How y'all doing? My name is Dennis Porter. I'm a mass communications major, marketing minor from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am currently a member of the Mu Upsilon chapter of Omega Psi Phi, Black Men for Change, African Student Union, Campus Activities Board, Universities Affairs Senate under my man's, you'll meet him later. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ashley George from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a graduating senior. I'm a student support staff in the Student Success Building in Hill Hall.
All right. Well, my name is LaShera Powell. I am a mass communications major. I am from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am the host of Winston-Salem State University, plus some other good stuff, but it's a long list. But I'm glad to be here in the name of Jesus, amen.
Yes.
Yes.
Clap for Jesus.
What's up, y'all? My name is Michael Lewis. I'm a senior finance major, obviously senior, right? Accounting minor, originally from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm student body vice president, as Dennis said earlier. So there's like a plethora of things in there, but we're going to keep it to that, student body vice president. So
the next Barack Obama, be on
Right.
board.
Yes.
The next Barack Obama. And I am Kiera Rogers. I am a senior mass communications and marketing major from Charlotte, North Carolina. And yeah, I work at the IMC, Integrated Marketing Communications, was a part of Mosaic, Mosaikians, we're still in here, Mosaic, you already know. And part of Let's Be Real TV, yeah. Look at you.
Hey.
Hey. And this is our senior edition, because,
Clap it up for the seniors.
hey, seriously.
Last of a dying breed.
Right,
No.
right.
Praise up.
Class of 19 gonna have an issue with that.
Right.
Ain't
The
nobody
best
worried.
class. What's the 19 though? Anyway.
Let's be real, right?
Yes.
Well, I know the college experience for us has been a very long, treacherous, high and low experience.
More low. Than
You need
high. Okay. More low than high.
right.
That should make diamonds, hey, that's what they say.
Right. Hey.
What?
Hey.
The end of the cafe.
Oh God.
Okay. Okay, so coming into college, what were you guys' biggest fear?
For me, this is gonna sound shocking, but not making friends.
Wow.
For real, crazy, right? And I just said I'm the host of school, but for real, this was a new atmosphere for me, and I had literally nobody, but God works in mysterious ways. I ended up meeting an old high school buddy, so that was definitely my biggest fear, and flunking out. So
Wow.
those are my two, for real. But I'm still here.
Amen.
Amen.
I would probably say you kind of stole that out of my head, so now I got to switch it up. I had a few fears though. Like I always saw these people. I'm like, man, look, this dude got a beard. This dude does this. This dude's tall. Do you grow in college? Like, am I done? Am I gonna graduate? Like, dang, man, I ain't really made nothing for myself, And I had this lofty dream of like, I'm gonna build a brand for myself. I'm gonna make like another opportunity for another student. So, or more people that look like me. So.
Okay, so don't judge me. No judge. So I like to eat, and of course, I come from a family, we all eat good. Chicken, fatback, all of that, pork chop, Crisco,
Crocodile.
all of that. So, don't judge,
That's
okay?
Big Mama right there.
Yes, hips everywhere. Anyway, so I like to go play. So my biggest fear was being judged for having my, plasticware to go play. And I was like, oh my God, don't let me get caught on Fried Chicken Wednesday taking these to-go plates out. So I had my backpacks, I had my big old purse. So luckily, I'm good.
So you still taking chicken out of the can?
Oh no, I got food stamps.
Hey,
Shout out.
listen,
stamps.
hey, college advice 101, get food stamps.
Exactly.
You'll thank yourself later. Probably.
Seriously.
I'd say biggest fear for me, probably not having friends or like just being like a complete like failure in college.
Right.
That's about it.
For real.
I think my biggest fear was just because my mom graduated from college the year I graduated high school, so I was just really wanting to succeed, but I also wanted to grow, but I was fearful on how I was going to do that. Because a lot of people, like the older people when I got here, they'd be like, college is what you make it, college is what you make it. I'm like, oh my God, I promise. I hope I don't mess up. Like, so yeah, I guess that was one of my biggest fears, trying to just do what my family was wanting me to do.
Yeah, facts.
So,
Ooh, I got one more too.
yeah.
Another fear for me was I chose, when I was at GTCC the semester before I came here, I chose social work. But then,
Oh Lord.
yeah, so I was like, it was like bothering me because that's what my aunt really wanted me to do. So I was like, maybe I should go down that road just because I'm a social butterfly. But then, when something's like inside of you that's just like burning you to be like, no, you need to go for what you do, what you like. So when I told her I switched to mass communications, I really thought she was going to be like, girl, bye, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was so accepting to it, and she said she was going to talk to me about changing it to that. So that was another fear, just making sure like my family is happy with what major I choose. Because at the end of the day, they want you to succeed after college, because the real world does bite you in the behind afterwards.
And they want you to get that money
Yeah.
so they can live in your house,
Right.
enjoy the
They
riches.
quick to say that. I'm coming to your house. I'm spending your gas, your money.
You'll take care of me.
Like,
Yeah.
Am I
you
even
wait
gonna
another year?
have some gas, some money?
When that refund come out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, them refund days, man. I used to just look like, man, you get $1,000. I only got this measly old 200. I gotta make it
Exactly.
stretch. I gotta make it stretch.
Refund for me was like, I'm rich. I'm Rick James. Man.
I got 8. I'm like, ooh, I gotta move off campus. That's where it's at.
Right. When you move off campus, I've never really realized how much that rent
Hard
Yes.
is.
And by the time it's
Yes.
like, all right, by the time I pay up like 3 months, I ain't got no gas. I ain't got no groceries.
You got Vienna sausages and beans
Bro,
in your bag.
You gotta make it work though. You gotta make it. You
Seriously.
can make a lot of meals though if you really think about it. Chop them up, like
Exactly.
Right.
throw them in some salad or something. Vienna salad.
Go to church.
Vienna
know?
salad.
For real.
Serious?
I can't
Look,
stand
that
none of y'all.
decline in balance though was always declining.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Serious. That's why it's called decline balance.
I'm
But
gonna keep it true with y'all. We just got our decline of balance in January, right? You know I finished my decline of balance by the end of January.
What was you eating?
Every day, like 5 times a day. Just that. Just because I was struggling in the Christmas break. So when I got back, hey, we keeping it real. Let's be real.
Right.
Man. I spent it all. Now I'm struggling right now.
I ain't even got a meal
By the
plan,
end of
so-
January.
Hey, you in the calf? Yes. I was eating good. And then I was blessing others that didn't have.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true. A lot of people didn't have a meal plan. I felt bad because I know how it is to be hungry, bro. I know what it is. So when they be like, can you just help me get some Chick-fil-A, little wings? I'd be like, yes, I'll share, dude. But it was mostly me, though. It was mostly me.
boy, I ain't never experienced hunger until I came to college.
College.
Oh
real
my
hunger.
Now
gosh.
y'all know why I
for
did them to-go
real.
plate.
Look,
Now
Seriously.
y'all know.
oh, so real. And sometimes, you might run out of a styrofoam cup or something. So you might gotta go to the calf right quick, get 2 cups.
Get a little cup.
Look, maybe
Little
some
plate.
forks, you're gonna give it back,
Kill.
though.
Wash it, wash it.
Right.
Hey, shout out to the people that know we ain't got no swipes and still let us in the cab.
Right. Y'all the real
Y'all the real
MVPs.
And I'm saying that's me and I'm just saying. Shout out.
Don't tell him yourself.
Facts.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. So what's one thing y'all wish I would have done earlier in college?
Go to class.
Real talk.
I wish I got involved earlier. Like, when I first got to campus, because like when I first got here, I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Like I didn't know how to go about doing things. So I was just like
how to get connected with the people that you needed to.
When I first got here, I saw like I wanted to be in SGA. Like I wanted to do the whole. No, look.
The little
Listen to the
turtleneck
story.
and jacket.
Nah. It wasn't always like that. So I joined and like. No, I didn't join. I applied to be Mr. Freshman. And like I'm seeing these people in their suits. I'm seeing people like they on it with their speeches and all of this, and I'm like, nah, maybe it's not for me, because I had these ideas of things that I wanted to do, but I didn't have that presentation that the rest of the people had. So I just like fell back, and I would go to different like interest meetings, and I'm like, damn man, they really got it. Like I'm still procrastinating. I'm still struggling with procrastination. If you give me a task, I might not follow through right now.
Procrastination.
So I didn't have the confidence at that time, like what you're saying, to really try to be involved, and so I just kind of stuck around the same people. And
and that's another thing too, sticking around people that you know is not gonna elevate you or get you messed up too. What was the question again?
What would you wish?
Pouring into everybody.
For me, it was like learning how to finesse in college. Like you had people that was like gassing themselves up, like I'm this and this and this, and they already speaking into existence. So they had the business cards. I said, where'd you got like you this and this and this, but you really like a monitor, like you sweeping the flows. I wish I would have learned how to finesse earlier in college.
That's real.
With me, boy, I came into college already on a party promotion team. Like, so my freshman year, like, I would be honest, grandma, mama, I'm gonna be honest, I was partying all the time.
Free before 11.
VIP all the time. Like, first day I moved in, I went to a band house party. I saw some things I would never get out of my head to this day. Like, that was one of the most craziest years of my college, and I wish I would have been on my stuff earlier, because that really like messed with my grades, and I would have done like positions. I would have ran for a lot of stuff. I would have did a lot of stuff. But I wasn't there on that early path. So, you know, you live and you learn.
I don't really know earlier. For me, I don't know. I'm really stuck on like, if I would have, just who you came in with, this just for the freshmen that's coming in, or the people that you come in with probably won't be the people that you leave with. Then the circle that you have, you know, probably go from like 20 to like 2. But that shows that you're at growth, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes at the same time too, you and your friend go down different paths. So it's like what you doing and what they doing, you know, hopefully at the end y'all can meet back up, but you know, just know that don't be saddened like when you lose people, because you never know, they might pop back up in your life, but don't depend on them to be there the whole 4 to 5 years if you're here that long, like me. But
I pulled out some real like, it just took me on a journey when you said that. Like I'm like,
from start, if you really think
more selfish, like I should have been more selfish about like, yo, I gotta do this. Like you're not doing it, okay. I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Like more balanced, more patient.
Be more patient.
More patient. Like it's okay right now. Just do what you can do, and then build from there.
And don't settle.
Exactly.
At all.
Don't settle.
At all.
I wish I would have figured out the counseling center had free massages earlier. I'm like, they have free massages. And like, you have a massage chair, and like, you'll rub your back and everything. It feels so good.
Where is it?
It's
At
better than a
Winston?
man now. It rubs your back. And
This at Winston.
Yes, in the counseling center.
Oh,
So I
well.
wish I would have figured that out my
you
freshman
tell
year.
nobody that.
She just told me.
No, and then now they have like free meditation in Hill Hall now.
Wow.
So
Wait,
I'm like,
in Hill Hall?
in
Are
Hill
you
Hall.
serious?
People sleep
Every
on Hill Hall.
Thursday.
Shout out to Einstein's too for my
What
bacon, egg, and
time?
cheese.
I think it's like around. I'm gonna have to get more information to you.
Okay.
But it's in Hill Hall Thursdays, 2:15. 2:15.
That's
I
what's
ain't
up.
never
I'ma
seen
have
no
to
flyer
go.
about that,
Nah.
anything. Like,
See, that's stuff
The
that-
massage chair?
Yes,
It's
the
like
massage
that?
chair, everything. They did have a masseuse. My freshman year, they
Yeah.
had a masseuse, but I don't know what happened. Somebody ain't doing their job.
And then in Hill Hall, they had meditation. That's really nice. I wish we would have known that earlier.
Exactly.
That's another thing. Figure out your resources from jump.
Right.
Like,
Seriously.
constantly. Like, whatever you need, aside from fun,
Right, right.
figure out, like, does that exist here? And how can, and don't put too much time into trying to create everything.
yeah.
Right.
Focus on what you need and then try to go create
Right.
from there.
Exactly.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
Very time consuming.
Yes.
Mr. Dennis?
I already answered it. Hey.
Oh, true. My bad.
Do y'all feel like, how have y'all felt like you've found yourself in college?
Really? It's when I started hosting, cause it gives me that time to be like, okay, I get a platform where I can speak in front of people and acknowledge the good that these students do and give love, because you just never know what students are going through, especially in college. You know, they're in a place where they're by themselves, so you know there's a lack thereof for certain people. But for me, that's when I knew like what my characteristics were just by hosting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So for me, that's what it was. For me, it's just love. It's patience now. It's kindness. It's forgiveness, because you know things happen, and it's perseverance for me. So that's what I am. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Okay, so I really found myself when I started being in that little hole. Like, I got myself out of that hole by studying abroad, being able to see other cultures. And I'm like, okay, dang, they have that over here, then maybe I can rethink my life. Like, maybe, like, it made me more humble to be able to study abroad and be able to see how other people live. Because I'm like, dang, like, we sitting here eating every day. Like, I can get in my car, go anywhere. So they don't even have cars. They, you know, walking by foot. They much healthier than us. But it just made me more humble to be able to study and just to have that, you know, space to myself without having like social media. Because social media is like very.
It can be draining.
Yes,
Right.
like you can like wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, look at your social media, and it'll be like 10 o'clock already. You about to be late till 10:30.
Right.
So
Time will go.
that's one thing that really made me humble. So
I would say, I don't know. I just learned to be selfish for what's like selfish towards myself. Like instead of trying to help everybody else
Say so.
and actually make decisions based off of what everybody else wants to do, I've actually learned to just ask myself first, what do you want to do? Who
Right.
do you want to be? Who do you want to perceive as? Like, how do you want to be perceived? And that's what I learned.
I feel like my freshman year, I was like a road runner, but I felt like I started knowing people like in Mosaic and stuff, and so that's how I kind of got into like the modeling, and then like sophomore year is when it got to the radio, and so I just gradually started like seeing things I wasn't really interested in. Like I would never think, oh yeah, I'm gonna join a modeling troupe when I get to college, or I'm gonna do radio or even television. Like before coming here, I did not think about even doing this stuff, but college allowed me to really find myself and what I like to do.
That is
So,
true.
yeah.
I have learned to like open my mind up to like
Right.
new things and experience new ideas from
Yes.
my peers and like just random people I be meeting. I have learned that.
Yeah.
Exploring, being comfortable with trying to explore whatever. I used to be a lot more rigid about my ideas. So my really good friend, my roommate, Devin Laws, he's in Mosaic.
Yeah.
And he joined Mosaic our freshman year. And I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. Like, not even willing to even consider trying it.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, later on, I joined Mosaic. And I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So just really exploring it, even if there's something, especially when I disagree with something, is when I tell myself, well, let me figure out why more, instead of just going with my gut feeling. Learning how to control my impulse more, and really like figuring out what else is out there, going abroad or joining the military. Even people are like, nah, you don't want to do that. You're gonna deploy and you're gonna have to be out there shooting. I'm like, how you know?
Right.
You know, so yeah, that probably answers the question the most for me.
Wow. So how much would you guys stress on being involved on campus to a high school graduate?
Do it. It's people out here, especially at school, the staff, they have connects, but they have to see that you know, you're determined and committed. And I'm telling you, like, just word of mouth, like, people that actually watch you and believe in you and see that work ethic, boy, I'm telling you, you'll be placed somewhere and you'll be like, how did I even get here? And it's because you were involved. No matter how small the organization is to how big it is, just make sure that, you know, the campus sees that you were involved, because a lot of people, they make comments on social media, for instance, like how SGA is so popular or whatever, but it's like, it's those type of people that actually help with events that y'all want, or even discussion talks. So if you're not involved, how is people ever gonna know what you're about?
Right.
So I would tell them to get involved no matter what it is, because you just never know who's watching you, and you never know who's already making a connect for you. So that's my 2 piece.
I say be masterful about it. Like, I learned quickly not to try to be, when I did start getting involved, not to be like, try to be in everything. Like, if I would have said, let's say for example, Mosaic or Black Men for Change. If I said, okay, I'm gonna be in Black Men for Change and I'm gonna figure this out to the fullest, ask as many questions and like make that the forefront of whatever. So if I go into if I see homecoming, how can I get Black Men for Change involved? Asking questions like that to as many people, and then from there figuring out everything. So it's almost like wherever you're at, stay there and be the best at that space, and then let that lead you to whatever you truly love.
Yeah.
So it's like an incubator type phenomenon.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, for me, like, it was just being able to, like, I didn't really make friends with a lot of my peers. Instead, I was like associating myself with the faculty members and just hanging out with them. So that's like really important. It's just being able to like have somebody, like an acquaintance, they can write you they can help you with your resume. Go ahead, if you hungry, like say I'm hungry, they're like, okay, like, you know, go ahead and, like, you know, I got somebody that can help you with food. I found out we had a pantry on campus. I said, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, we got a pantry full of food? Yes. So just being able to just be relevant to the faculty members, because they can help you with that graduate cover letter and all of that. So
Right. Shout out to Dr. Guillory though, because she
be on it.
Yeah, just about graduate school and stuff, like being involved in talking to your professors. Professors will give you the advice from bottom to the top, because they've been through it all. So definitely be involved with your professors.
and they can give you a job.
Like, if you see somebody on campus, just talk to people on a daily basis. Like, almost set a goal, I'm gonna talk to 5 new people.
Right.
Just talk, not saying make friends and try to keep up with those people, but just like, hey, how are you? What do you do? And that will get you in the door for whatever, because people are like, yo, that person's always eager, always trying to figure something out. So, yeah. That talk to professor piece. That's golden.
Seriously.
I have a dress to impress type thing too.
True.
So
I don't know.
Presentation is key though.
It is key.
It is, but I just felt like if I can be myself around you and still be able to give you off that energy.
Look at that Omega man.
I can, you know, I can still be able to do my position and, you know, volunteer my services to your cause and whatever like you stand for. then yeah.
Meeting them where you at, or
Yeah.
making them meet you where you're at.
True.
Because I the only reason why I say like it's a give and take, it goes back to that balance. Because like I used to think that was like, oh man, I can't even have this conversation with you because I don't have a suit on. Like I can't even have this conversation with you because I just don't look like that. I just don't. And when you put that pressure on yourself, you can miss out on a lot of opportunities versus just getting out and doing it.
True.
And then, eventually, there's a time and place. So
Yeah,
you
you really
ain't
just
going-
gotta have that mindset
you ain't
to.
going to the ball with
It's
no-
either
no sweat.
me or you.
Right.
Get out.
What's some advice for you, Dennis, like high school students that are like wanting to look into Greek? Like how would you, what advice would you give them if they want to get involved? Like what steps?
Advice I would say, I'd say look at whatever organization that you want to do more than just what you see on your campus or like what you see whenever it's like a party or a cat fest. Like actually look up like what the organization stands for, what's it about. Like my organization, we have mandated programs that we do every year. So I looked that up before I even like spoke to anybody about it and just made sure like what I'm doing with my life correlates with what the organization like is already doing. So it's really just, you're really just enhancing yourself. So just make sure you do that necessary research, talk to people. Don't just assume like, oh, I know how he acts because I've seen them around before. Like you can get an assumption, but that's not the actual person unless you go talk to them, like
Right.
Yeah.
And also be discreet.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, discretion. Don't just be out here, saying I'm gonna join and you haven't even spoken to anybody or nobody knows you, like, yeah.
Or hanging out at like the plots and everything when they shouldn't
No.
That's a tough one. Like, ooh.
Right.
When you look back on it, it's like, how do people know me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Ooh, because you could be in a situation like you could be a freshman who got to work all the time, and you like, I really had my mind on doing this. It's like, dang, I never see these people. When do I talk to them? How do I reach out? So, shout out to.
It's always a time and a place for certain things. So
That's
you just gotta know. Or I mean, if anything, try to be somebody's friend first. Because more than 9 times out of 10, if I know you as a person, I'm gonna feel
real.
better about trying to get you initiated into my organization than just
Off real.
yeah.
Just hitting you with it.
Every time you talk to me, it's about my organization, or you know what I'm saying? Like every time you see me, you're asking about my org, but you still don't know like nothing about me. Like what's my favorite color? What kind of food I eat? Like how's my family doing? Just stuff like that.
I feel it.
That's real.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So what do y'all feel is being like famous, quote, quote, in college?
Famous being in SGA. Sorry.
Yes. No, he said yikes.
I mean, but you do be known, and if you're in SGA, you already know.
Exactly.
Cough, cough, Mike.
I don't know about that one.
So, I mean, I don't really think you can be famous in college. Like,
You can be popular, very popular. You
you
can be popular because college is like a big old high school, except you stay here.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like, if you look at it from like a networking stance, you can be popular, like quote unquote popular. But like, to really be popular, like, everybody just comes to college. You really don't find yourself till like after college, so you can't.
True.
Yeah.
It's rare. Yeah, it is rare. I will say, like, it's rare for somebody to find exactly who they're gonna be in 4 years.
Yeah, as soon
and
as
that's
they
probably
get
one of the biggest misconceptions that
Right.
like you come into college like, oh man, I know I did. I just knew like 4 years is gonna guarantee me that I know who I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. And it's like, don't you want to live to be like 60? How you know what you want at 60 when you 22?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know.
I still think it is a popular thing, just being as yourself. Like, there's people that's well known and they're just them regular schmegular selves.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's, I wouldn't say it's famous, but I mean, it's people that's pretty popular.
There's some people that's famous on this campus.
Nah,
Yeah.
it is some famous people. Ayo.
Ayo is famous. Yeah, that's
Ayo
exactly
is
what I was
famous.
saying. He famous.
Who's that?
Dark
Aaron.
skin with the hair.
Oh.
Okay, let's talk about Ayo because he's dope. He's a dope personality, but it's crazy because to me, to us, he's a regular student, a friend. You know what I'm saying? But when I was on Facebook one day, I just happened to be scrolling, and somebody had shared this meme, and it was like, choose your chocolate man. And Aaron was number 3. And like, when I say all of my Facebook friends was like, number 3, I just want to meet him. I just want to touch him. I just want him to be me. I just want him to be with me. And I'm just like, dang, like, bruh, be walking on campus every day.
Be like, what's up? Hey,
Yeah,
how you
like,
doing?
they really
Right.
be like, I'm going to come to your school. I just want to see you. And I'm just like, I mean, it's our campus. It's going.
It's
Like,
Ayo. I mean,
yeah, you know, to
Yeah.
us, it's amazing. It's just amazing the different perspectives, like,
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he be on my timeline and on the memes, like, I don't know, but Raleigh girls want you, Aaron. So if you want to get a Raleigh girl, I'm telling you, they shouting you out, baby boy. So get you one.
Hey, Aaron, you're famous.
You're
famous,
famous.
bro.
True
You're famous.
definition of famous.
Facts. The boy was on Essence.
Facts.
Like,
Right.
Essence.
Like they did a whole article on him. He playing the piano, like
Oh, and he
close
can play the
up.
piano.
Multitask.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really dope though. But it's crazy he got Essence, and I'm trying to get a camera piece or something.
Right.
I'll hold a cord.
Yeah, they looked for him, right?
Yeah, they
Right.
looked for him.
Oh yeah.
Might
That's
as well
him.
get
That's
a
the
piece.
one.
Might as well go ahead and write that up. You know? So that's crazy. Wow. Get out my mind.
So how has y'all's experiences in colleges changed you?
It made me believe in myself.
See, believe.
I'm still working on that.
That's
Come on,
what I
Mark.
like.
Really?
Hey, see, believe. Shout out my
Right.
Hey, shout out my girl.
I believe in y'all for real, but it really just taught me how to really believe in myself. You know, especially being in the mass comm area, I automatically thought to myself, dang, I'm about to get in here with some more creative people. And at the same time, we're trying to build a brand for ourselves and for each other. You know what I'm saying? But it just made me be like, you can be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? You can have that hustle. And it taught me hustle, it taught me grind, it taught me how to get deeper into my creative self. And I just, when looking at all y'all, like, y'all all have like a helping hand at the school. Michael, you're like my Obama. DJ, you know, you're my creative, but at the same time, if you need to bark, you gonna bark. You know what I'm saying? You know, Coco, you have your own show, and you've been very consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? I just met you today, but your eyebrows is on fleek.
Yes, y'all, yes.
So simple as that. So it just taught me how to really open up myself and really ask myself, how can I, you know, pop out and still help others?
Right.
Yeah.
I say it changed me just because it made me realize that whatever you might be going through or like your past, it doesn't define you at like forever.
Say so, my brethren.
Yeah, it doesn't define you. Like maybe you're going through a tough time right now, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, you did something that you maybe should not have done. But you continue to live and learn and grow from that, so it just
Keep
doesn't
on meeting
stop.
millions.
Yeah, you just keep going.
Right.
You can't let your past failures keep you from succeeding in your future.
True.
Right.
That's very true.
It made me realize that I have people behind my back, and that I have people that depend on me to succeed. So it really made me think, dang, I got to do it for this and this and this, but you also got to do it for yourself.
Yes.
So I look back and I really thank all the people that, you know, gave me $5, you know, to get a cookout tray, like, you know, took me to
Right.
McDonald's, you know, talk to the seniors and get a ride or something, help me figure out what APA is, because I didn't know what it was, and all of that. So
You hit everything on the nuts.
Hey,
Thank you.
for real. I just want to
Everybody.
say, if you gave me a meal before, I appreciate you. It's hard out here as a college student. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I done had that gas light on plenty of times. Even if my gas run all the way out. And shout out to the Winston police here because they do have a
Right.
helping hand, but I'm not happy about those tickets that I have. I'm just gonna let you know that now because y'all be trying to break the system.
Exactly.
But thanks. I really appreciate everybody, for real.
And parking citations.
Coco
Oh my
had a boot.
gosh.
I'm sorry to out you.
They gave me a boot.
She had a boot.
I had a decal, and I just, you know, it's dark by Foundations. I don't want to park in that parking lot down there.
Yeah.
So I
In
parked in
Lot
Lot
P?
O.
Lot P, you had to really make
They
sure
gave
you on
me
your
a
hustle.
ticket, and I was like, okay, they gave me 3. I'm like, okay.
I told you, Coco, you had more tickets because they not just gonna give. She's like, I don't have any tickets.
They
But
gave
I'm
me
like,
a
they not just gonna
boot.
put you in a boot if you ain't got no tickets.
Why you gonna do that, Winston? When I get famous, I'm gonna come back,
Exactly. And
and I'm gonna pay for. I'm gonna pay for everybody's. Well, not every. Hold on.
Hold up.
Hold on. Somebody gonna get blessed one day, but
Yeah,
you know.
pay it forward.
Bless me right now. I got like 10.
You know, everybody.
I need
I'm
Drake to hit
for
me with a
real.
guy's plan though and drop
Exactly.
some of the stacks he had. So if you get this straight, I am looking for you.
Right.
Oprah.
Drake.
Oprah.
Oprah.
Shoot,
Please.
he
Wakanda.
Ooh.
Wakanda forever.
That's what my mom
And
was
you
like.
sound just like him. It was everything right there. Yes. Go ahead.
But no, for real, college has changed because, you know, I've lost 3 friends. You know, RP Ants, RP Kendra, RP Quavo. I love y'all. Y'all looking down on me. Losing them, I guess, really opened my eyes because I didn't really lose. Well, no. I did lose a friend when I was in middle school. So RP Natalie too.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, so I've lost a lot of friends, and I guess that kind of pushed me because they were supposed to graduate with all of us, and so that kind of like pushed me like, okay, I'm gonna do this for them, and I'm gonna just keep going for them. So that really kind of like opened my heart up more and stuff and eyes. So yeah,
That's sad though. For real, when you
yes,
lose a college
that's one of the hardest, especially, you know, like that happening near you and stuff. Like that was, you know,
It can change your perspective on things real quick.
Exactly. It made me
Absolutely.
that like when you brought that up, that made me realize like tell your parents that you love you. Like even like if you have a significant other, and you mad at them because they ain't do something, just say, you know, forget it. The problems are short. Like life is short, really. I'm like, dang, you can lose somebody that's 21, 20, 19. So it opens up your eyes.
and rest in peace, Najee Baker too.
Oh,
Rest in
yes.
peace to him.
And still pray for the family because I know that was just hard for the mother to have to hear that, get a phone call about that. Like,
Right.
gotta be safe out here too. Gotta know who you in the car with. Gotta know who you hang around. Just in general. Just
Yeah.
because I mean, you just never know. Gotta be safe. Always be safe.
No drinking and
Situational
driving.
awareness.
Yeah.
Serious.
Real.
Pay attention.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Please pay attention. And also, can I just say this? Pay attention to your friends too, because mental health is a real thing. As
Real.
a student, as a HBCU campus, I see a lot of people who try to like
Harbor it all.
harbor that pain and like whatever they might have experienced, and that's not okay. We need to have a talk
Yeah.
about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Smile
Mr.
campaign is
Pittman.
real. Shout out to
Smile
Attorney General.
campaign,
Legit.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
Like,
That
put
really
a
will
smile
help.
on. For real.
And I love that
Stay
y'all-
alive challenge.
Stay alive.
Yes.
For real.
And them quotes that y'all put up, y'all be having them daily quotes. That pushes you.
On
You
the
just-
WSSU Seniors?
Yeah,
I see
that, I
that.
love seeing those. I make sure I go read those
Yeah.
every day. If it's 1 in the morning, I try to go ahead and grab that before I go to school. For class. And another thing for me, losing parents. Like both of my parents are no longer here, but as a child that's 9 and then at the age of 15, it does do something to you mentally. It really does. And at first, it made me go crazy for a second. Not crazy, but like it just made me think. Well, those were the 2 people that actually fully love me. So now it's just nothing. Now I'm out here on my own. But when people are really trying to put seeds into your life and make sure they sow those characteristics in financially or just having a conversation.
Emotionally,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You take that, you make sure you take that in because they don't have to take the time out to make sure that you're good. So if people is actually taking the time out to see if you're okay, it's okay. You don't gotta vent your whole life, but at least vent it to where your heart is good, where your mind is good, where your soul is all right, because it does get real if you don't do those type of things. So.
Right. Absolutely.
And pray. I'm
Oh
telling you.
yeah.
Please
Prayer is key.
pray.
I don't know who y'all look
Oh
to.
well, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever you feel, you know. For me, it's the God, because He has made ways out of no ways. But I ain't gonna preach on this show, because I'll be over here shouting on this table.
Yes.
So,
Your question. You really would.
I really would.
Your question was what again?
How has experiences changed you? You start thinking about everything you've been
It's
through, and you like,
I want to condense it. So that bounce back was real, right? Like I came in like really confident, and then I had some family hardship, and then I'm like, all right, well I got it, no help needed. I'm gonna do it by myself. Don't tell anybody at all. Mental health comes in, and then now I'm in this space of depression by myself, just trying to, like, for a whole semester, I'm like, I had insomnia, like, it got bad.
yeah.
Only to be like, you know what, I got this. So I come up with a plan, constantly, like, doing these lofty ideas almost.
Right.
And I say, like, at some point when you say, no, I just gotta do it, like, pull back for a second. I just have to do it. Like, I just need to wake up. That's all I gotta do is wake up.
Right.
I just need to go to sleep. I just need to just taking it step by step, taking it one step at a time. And really, like you said, like being your soul, your mindset, the people around you. I read this book that was like, I think it's called the 40 Irrefutable Laws. And I took notes on it, did all these different things, and still that wasn't enough at the time. But I didn't forget what I learned, because it's a step by step. So definitely ask people for help. Definitely talk about, like, tell your story to people.
Yeah, don't let your
cry.
get in the way.
Don't.
Yes.
Pride will kill all your hopes and dreams before you even get a chance to say anything. So, yeah, that changed me. The mindset just changed totally.
And another thing is, I did that same thing. I cut my family completely off after I lost my parents, you know, because I'm like, y'all can't even do half the things that they did. I'm in a whole different environment, you know, but it made me realize that you can't cut the hand that's been helping you and feeding you. And it's like, because that was messing with me mentally too. It's like, okay, you're being the most, you're mean to them, you're rude to them, you're talking nasty to them, but yet, how have you been, where you been sleeping at? How have you been eating? How have you been blessed with, like, the things that they've given you? Because before, it was just me and my mom, you know, she didn't struggle though, but, you know, we were middle class. But when I went into the family that I went into, it was just like, they were able to bless 2 times more than what my mother could do. And it just made me realize, like, later on, like, after I got out of high school, like, even though they might not have did it exactly the way your mother and father did it, they still made sure you was still nurtured. And you should really appreciate that, because it's a lot of people that's in foster homes that I think about, and it's like they just having hell. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my family, even though we has our differences. I do appreciate you. Yeah, really do. Gotta tell them that you thank them. Thank people, please.
And also, don't find your confidence in material beings, or don't find your confidence or in somebody else. Like for me, like last semester, like your junior year is like a year that's gonna hit you hard. Like I got hit so hard. I know y'all have been too, but I got hit. So I had 3 surgeries. They shaved off half my hair. I had to like withdraw from like school, all of that. It was just like my God took away something that I considered confidence, and He replaced it with people that were here for me. And you're gonna know your real friends. They're gonna take care of you. They're gonna give you some soup, all of that. So I had to really figure out like what my confidence was and who would be able to help me. So don't bite the hand that feeds you, like you were saying.
So do y'all feel like college has prepared y'all to be an alumni? I'm gonna be at the homecomings. I'm gonna be like, woo!
I'm doing a return to serve. I'm coming up in the classroom like, look, Doc, tell me who ain't in class right now. Just give me the emails, give me the address. I'm gonna just show up at the
Banner
door.
ID.
Like, you already know, like, What? Already? I got like a lofty, like, I gotta be the top donor of the school type. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The horns.
Like ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know like those people who can't go to an interview because they don't have a tie or they don't have a dress. Those people who cannot go to class without thinking about their next meal, or those people who can't go to class without having to work a 40-hour job during the week, and then now you behind on your assignments, and your professor just think you suck because you don't care, but really you got so much going on. Those people who don't have a car, those people who don't get a refund check, like those people who are in debt while they're already in school, aside from just Sally Mae have to pay that back after you get 6 months out of school. Like,
and I think
all of those
that's
people.
another thing. I don't think it should be straight out when you graduate, you got only 6 months. Because when you graduate, when you walk across that stage, you automatically ask yourself, if you don't have a job right then, what do I do?
Exactly.
Defer.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello, graduate school.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I wondered, like, when I look at people, I see them smiling, they're like, yes, I did it. That's such an accomplishment. But I even wondered to myself, like, Lashir, if you don't find something that's like what you want to do right when you get out, what are you going to do? And it's kind of like, I would definitely be talking to people just to see how they made it through. Because some people do go back home. For me, home is not an option. It's just like,
no bueno.
Yeah, home is not an option. So it's like, okay, if you don't want to go home and go back to those type of instructions, be in the house by 10, because we don't do that late stuff, all that goodness. How's your income gonna look? Because it needs to be like, just being on my own 2 semesters ago, I learned a lot. Because I went from a college living apartment to my own apartment by myself, and like, Mike, $600 rent. Then you got lights.
Then you have a party.
Wi-Fi, because you
were messing up your carpet.
I tried to finesse the Wi-Fi. I said, I pay my cell phone bill, and I use the hotspot. I'm good. Wrong. Now I got to turn these assignments in at 11:59, and it's a wrap for that.
Exactly.
Off rip.
Exactly. So, for me, it just taught me a lot. Like, because I remember everything, it just shut down on me. Couldn't pay my light bill, so the lights went out. Then my whole car broke down, didn't have no brakes, so you couldn't even back it out because it was like, I was like, yo. But it really makes you think, like, if you want to live on your own and you want to, do the things that's dealing with your dreams and maintain a reality too, you got to hustle. Hustle till you ain't got to introduce yourself no more to people.
Hustle or be hustled.
Yeah. And then that's real, because life, boy, that's a whole person in itself. And it's like, either get ready or I'm going to show you how to get ready. You know what I'm saying? So
I was watching Chris Rock last night. It's called Tambourine on Netflix.
I ain't even watched it yet. I heard it was good.
He is hilarious.
He is.
Yeah, he is. He was like, he said one joke. He was like, people always like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. He was like, really? So if you had a knife, you just mean to tell me there's 100 people. 100 people just gonna get stabbed by a knife? Like, oh, there goes Stabby. Well, guess that's why they call him Stabby. But he said, if you got a black son, you need to punch him in the face every single day. Because if not, the world is just gonna tear you down. And it made me think, like, dang, I go to HBCU, this is a bubble. Like, yeah, he said that towards black men, but really, like, as a person, as a young person at 18, you come into this space that's a bubble. Regardless if it's at HBCU, regardless whatever. Then you gotta graduate and say, the same world that you avoided for 4 years or however long, is still there every day. And you gotta be ready to just transition to being punched in the face every single day. Because if not, it's a wrap.
It's a rude awakening.
Right.
That's why they said mental health, because it might make you go into a mental depression.
Right.
Because, a lot of people think they good when they get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But
it get real.
It gets real. I just pray for everybody.
Do not rush college. Actually, let's get to our next question. If you could relive your college experience, would you and why?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I would go
Like-
back to my freshman year. Shut up.
Right?
Don't go to that
But
party.
you know what's really
I got work
crazy
to
about
do.
that? If I went back and talked to me as a freshman, I wouldn't believe me anyway. I'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
you, but that ain't gonna be me.
Yeah.
And then reality's gonna hit and be like, damn, bro, I should have listened to me when he told me like 6 years ago.
Right.
But I think all of us can agree that from the freshman us to now, it's been a major drastic
yeah.
change. And I think well, Winston-Salem State for that. There's no other school better. I think
The Winston-Salem
Illustrious.
State
Yeah.
University.
Illustrious.
Yeah, when you come here,
University.
find a different word. Don't use illustrious. You gotta get something new. It's getting a little,
because
you
we
know.
already know I'm starting to get ready because you know we about to say it. But I really have just the small time that I've been here since I transferred in. I've watched y'all. Well, for you, I don't really know, but we can grow together now.
Yes.
But just all of y'all, I've watched y'all grow from then to now, and it's a big change. And I think I think if anybody could get the chance to go to college, go and experience and learn, because it'll still teach you life situations,
Right.
especially financially.
Right.
You'll learn for real.
In a capitalistic world, that's you gonna learn. You gonna learn today.
Save every dollar. If you do not have to spend it, don't spend it. Don't spend it just because it's in your account or in your hand, because you'll be crying later like, dang.
Exactly.
You know. So
I will say this: find a way to invest in yourself
Right.
while you're in school. Don't wait till
Get you a
you're
skill.
Don't wait till you're about to graduate
Yeah.
to try to invest in yourself. Do
Right.
it early.
you'll
Fast
find
as
yourself
you
stressed.
can. And don't think like I'm a freshman, I don't know nothing, so I can't be in this space. Don't think that. Go get you an internship. Like put yourself out there. Like I can sit at a desk and get up at 8 o'clock in the morning every day. Like do that. Think about what did I come into college with? Absolutely not one skill. Nobody's gonna hire me and pay me $60,000 a year. It's not happening. At 18, it's not gonna happen unless you are a celebrity, like you know Aaron Oaks.
Clearly.
But aside from that, like if you don't have anything when you come in, make sure when you leave, every single day think about like, damn, I still don't know how to do anything. Like, yeah, I go to class. Yeah, I got an A in this class. Yeah, I know a professor. Yeah, they could write a recommendation. But what can I actually do for myself?
Right.
Can I make myself a meal, or is it just gonna be me and noodles for the rest of my life? Can I actually wash my clothes, or am I gonna have to buy clothes all the time because I
Mess
put
up.
bleach
Yeah.
on the brand new
Oh
suit
my
that I just bought? Like stuff like that makes a difference. So really make sure you know what you want to do. So because of that, I would relive it again.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I
I
would.
would relive it.
But I would want to relive it knowing what I know now.
Right. Right.
Because it'd be pointless.
Yeah, it would.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
I would. But like they said, if I knew what I knew now back my freshman year,
You would be a bad something, won't you?
I'd be
You
a
would have been
bad.
hopping in.
I'd be a bad. Let me shut my mouth.
So before we all close, y'all, any social media you want to give the audience?
Ready.
Ready.
Oh, all right. DJ_the Joker on Instagram. I have a production company. Y'all can follow me, King Visuals. You know,
Yes.
yeah. Twitter. I don't know Twitter.
Okay, and that'll be down here under him. So. Right.
Okay, Instagram, Ashley18_George. And for the people, you know, that got some money, I'm a college graduate, so you can email me, ageorge114@rams.wssu.edu. That's about it.
For me, Instagram is yours truly _CC, but instead of putting an S where it's supposed to be, put a Z, okay? And my Twitter is, I don't know. Everything will just be down here at the bottom, so you're more than welcome to follow me because I need those numbers.
I actually just changed my my handle today on both, but it's the same on IG and Twitter. It's Airwalk in the N, cause I'm Jamaican and Panamanian, and Airwalk Indian is what that actually constitutes as in the Caribbean and also in some of the Spanish-speaking locations. So I changed it to Airwalk in the N. So it'll be at the bottom for those who may not know how to spell Airwalk in the N, but would they? Yeah.
I don't like none of them.
Well, mine is Classic Coco, K-L-A.
Coco, they already know you.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I think you should tell them anyway.
Yeah, just go ahead and advertise his name.
Okay, well, Classic Coco, K-L-A-S-S-I-C-K-O-K-O. You know, yeah. And subscribe and rate. Oh, you know what?
Okay. I don't know what's going on, but we're going
to... You know what?
That's the emotion.
Help your girl out.
Right. I'm glad y'all all see it, guys.
You already know.
Right.
Not really, Rob. You know. It ain't. No, it.
Yeah.
Like I said
I remember
again.
that video when the girl was Millie rocking and the backgrounds was changing, so she Millie rocked in Paris.
Yeah. That joint went hard, though. She is really funny.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't like none of them.
Well, thank you so much to our viewers who tuned in on this episode of Let's Be Real TV. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our channel, and see you next time. Peace and love. Follow these beautiful people, and see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Deuces.
Can we hold the sign a little bit?
Go.
When the flow on the dough.
Okay, it's rolling.
Tell
so
me
let's
when to
have your
go.
Coco.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
Where do we look?
Oh, right here. Okay, so, okay. What's up to our viewers tuned in? It's your host, Coco. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Coco,
so
you don't
we
even
looking
talk like
up or we looking?
Get right.
Well, you can just look wherever you see the script.
Oh, okay.
But when you just look, y'all can just be like,
Don't smile, Dennis, because I just see
Oh,
Okay.
God, I see where this is going.
all right,
This is
serious
gonna be fun.
moments.
all right.